happy. I'm so happy you're happy. 2 free cases of beer. Can't go wrong. That's pretty good. From who? You are very blessed and privileged. I am so happy for you that you have so many good things coming your way. Because you are a good boy. Do you have poor circulation or a fear of commitment? Why is it so offensive to be called privileged? No one said that privileged people don't work hard. Your parents work hard. That's a privilege. You should be grateful. You're willing to say you're blessed, but you're not willing to say you're privileged. And that is what you need to recognize, because that is ultimately what that is you have a privileged life, and that is wonderful. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm just saying, you know, recognize it. I think that I'm privileged all the time. I'm always grateful for my life. I live a very privileged life. But again, why, when I said you're privileged, did you immediately feel like you had to say you work for your stuff? What's that? Oh my god. Glutamate. Monosodium glutamate. Oh. MSG. Yummy. My favorite. I rarely eat Doritos. Guys, well, when's the last time I had a bag of Doritos in the house? It's technically a flavor my brain can taste, is what it is. So I'm not bothered. Okay, so do you think other people, I'm gonna say, do you think other people don't work as hard as you? Do you think Jeff Bezos works 1 billion times harder than every single person in the world? Did he work harder? Did he work for longer? Almost everyone works hard. It's a lie that the right says that no one works. Most people want to work and do something. Everyone works hard. Just different people get different results. And that's what we want to change. But I mean, okay, so millionaires, did he work? No, his people worked. Profit is the unpaid wages of the laborer. All the people that are dying in factories, like in the Amazon warehouses. I think my skill and labor plus time deserves to get paid more. Okay, but you got your skills from things like where you came from, education. So someone who doesn't have those skills, do they deserve to starve because they weren't able to acquire those skills? Just some food for thought. Why would I do that? Who? I'll psychoanalyze this live streamer. She a bitch. Nope, they can learn a job like I did and get paid. Did you not work for your family's company? So you think people that are not able to earn a living deserve to die? I just don't agree. So there you go. That's fine. If you think that some people deserve to die, deserve to starve to death, or die of exposure to the elements because they have not had the same access to education and ability to learn trades like you have, or even like the intelligence, it's a privilege to be like handsome and smart. Like that's like obviously like gonna make life a little easier on you. I already psychoanalyzed me. I said I'm a biatch. You said nope, they can learn a job like I did. No, I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm like extrapolating. I'm trying to tell you that this is the end. This is the logical end of your statements. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the logical next steps. Hi, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much, Toads. Yay! Thank you. Oh my god. Like, you just, well, I'm glad we ended that conversation. That is a cool name. How did you find my stream? You can send me a DM. I did not say it's okay for people to starve. Okay? My family was built off immigrants with nothing to their names and worked their asses. I didn't say they didn't, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, when we talk about other people, you continually center yourself and your experiences, but it's not all about your experiences. So I'm saying that when you say stuff like, oh, people need to work, like, you're on the same side of people who are saying some people should starve. And I know that there's more nuance than that, and that's not what you mean, but I'm trying to say that not everyone has the same abilities. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were able-bodied. Like, what about disabled people? People who are, you know, fucking quadriplegics, like, who are not able to work their ass off. Like, you know what I mean? What about people supporting a sick family member? They not deserve to acquire as much? If you're homeless, just buy a house, right? So I'm just saying you should consider the less fortunate when you make these statements. So you're making these statements based upon, yeah, someone of your privilege should have to work for what they have. You know, like Jeff Bezos should fucking work for, well, whatever. But, you know, just try to think of the less fortunate, like literally, like unfortunately, that's what it is. Unfortunately, there's less fortunate people. So we need to be cognizant of these marginalized populations of people, and, you know, and how the way we speak affects them. Yeah, I'm all fired up on Doritos. So people who can't work deserve benefits, make the rich pay their taxes. Okay, I know that you feel that way, but when you say blanket statements like people should work, like those are people that don't believe that people that can't work deserve benefits, and you say that, but people that say, everyone says that, but they restrict benefits, they're quick to say, yeah, so not to police, but they're quick to say, oh, well, this person doesn't deserve benefits. Like, how do we determine who is unable to work? Do you know the way to get unemployment? Like, do you know, like, how hard it is to get unemployment? It is so much harder to get disability. It is nearly impossible. It is very difficult to get disability benefits. So when you say stuff like people should work, like you're erring on the side of it's the right. It's not like people should not have to earn a living. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to prove. So a person has to prove that they are unable to work. But if they are unable to work, how are they able to prove that they are unable to work? Have you not seen veterans in the street that cannot form coherent sentences? Not drunk, just completely bananas, unable to form coherent sentences. How are they supposed to get benefits? How are they supposed to be able to prove? And it seems obvious. Oh, well, it's obvious they're disabled. It's really not. Like, how, then it's like you need a driver's license, you need a phone, you need to be able to make calls, you need to be able to receive mail. And people don't have these resources. So, you know, when you're saying, like, everyone, like, ought to work, we really should be saying everyone ought to be taken care of is first and foremost most important. People are not an afterthought. Profits do not come before people. Work is not more important than human dignity and human lives. Corporations pushing pencils, pushing papers is ultimately not more important than love and the interpersonal relationships of humans and animals in this world. So it's just problematic. So you should lean more into your desire to help the less fortunate. You should lean into that and consider their experiences, because you never know who you're talking to. You might think you're around like everyone like you, but I'm not as privileged as you. And people want to come in my inbox and tell me how they think I'm able to work, or what they think I'm able to do, or what they think of my physical capabilities. And it's really no one's business. Okay, people like that should be able to get some kind of medical certificate that says they are unable to do whatever. Okay, but have you looked into what it takes in your state, province, or country to get that done? Have you looked at what that takes in your local area? Do you know how it gets to get disability? Because no, it's not that simple. And you might say, well, I think that should be the case. But it doesn't matter if you think that should be the case if you are not voting like you want that to be the case. You have to vote. Oh, well, good for you. Yes, they do not make it easy. They do not. They're very freedom, independence. Fuck everyone that can't make it because I made it all on my own. But, like, you never had, like, a risk of, like, failing. Like, you know, you were never gonna be houseless on the street. You're never gonna be absolutely destitute. You know, you have a safety net, and that's a privilege, and that's a good thing. I'm not saying that those who are privileged should forsake their privilege. It's that people with privilege should recognize it and use their privilege for good, and speak and know that they are speaking from a place of privilege, and don't speak as if it just applies to everyone. The thing is, when people do work and there's someone saying I shouldn't have to do work, they feel offended, if that makes sense. But why be offended? You shouldn't be offended because it's saying you shouldn't have to work either. I don't think you should have to work either. I think we should all be able to work. And in places that tried it out, like Switzerland and Sweden, that the people the only people who didn't work were the disabled, the elderly, and brand new parents and people in school. Everyone else, even when supplied basic food stamps and basic housing and basic income, people still worked because humans want to work. You don't want to be bored. People are going to want to do stuff. So don't, like, it's assuming that there's all these lazy people out there. That is a lie. That is a lie from the right. Okay? Like, you tell me, I am offended by you saying I should have to work. I think that's more offensive, that you think that everyone should sell some of their labor no matter what. Okay, but what if it doesn't take that many people? What if all of the jobs are done? What if they're, like, and the whole creating jobs, it's like we're pushing pencils. Just no more superfluous shit. Like, no more, what is it? I think it's offensive. If nobody works, then what happens? I am clearly ignorant. Yes, that is ignorant for you to just jump to, okay, fine, then nobody works. I just said, what if all the work gets done? Automation is, more and more things are becoming automated. More and more things are becoming automated, and people are like, oh, we're losing jobs to automation. That is a good thing. That means humans don't need to do menial labor. Like, if nobody works, then what happens? Well, we wouldn't be in a situation where nobody works if no one's fed. It used to be different. When you're in a little village, everyone had to work so everyone could eat. If you're in a little farm, everyone has to work so everyone can eat. Now, the work of 100 men can sustain thousands of men. Do you understand? Every single person, every single human does not need to work for all the necessities of mankind to be met. And I don't think that doctors should make significantly more money. I think they should only get the public fucking laurels of approval. And you say, oh, well, who would choose to become a doctor? Who would go through so much school, if you just got social praise for it and you didn't make extra money? Well, hopefully people that really care about medicine. And you could still, there would still be work that needs to be done, but useless work. We would stop doing useless work. So much useless work. You are lying if you say you've never done useless work in your life. Like, so much useless work. Hi friend, thank you for the follow. So, the work, read The Conquest of Bread. Just all you have to do is listen to the audiobook for The Conquest of Bread. It's in, the first chapter, dude. Like everything's automated. Like, the work of fewer men sustains more and more people. Hi, thank you for the follow. The system is so broken that it makes us think we all have the same resources, and that's a lie. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thank you. It's a dress, actually, so it's super cute. How did you find my stream? Yeah, we do not all have the same resources, and we do not all need to, do the same things, right? Okay, what do humans need? We need to be fed, we need to be watered, we need to be sheltered, we need to be clothed, we need healthcare, we need bandages for boo-boos, okay? For starters. So I don't have to work anymore if I don't want to. Well, we currently live under capitalism, as you know and as you prefer. So obviously that's not this, but no, ideally we would live somewhere where you wouldn't have to work to survive, that you would not die. Yeah, you could sit in your small apartment and eat your food, eat your provisional food, and be fine. And that would hurt nobody. Honestly, that would help people. That would keep crime off the streets. If everyone did that, that would help everyone so much. People wouldn't go out. But you know what? You would get bored. You know what you would do? You would go work. You would go work hard. You would go try to make an achievement. Humans will still reach. We yearn. We yearn. So you're gonna reach for more. You are not driven to reach for more because you're starving. It's like you've reframed running away from starvation. You've reframed it to running towards achievement. And that's not the same thing. We are running from starvation, and it's on one of the section of starvation and the other is achievement, and we are desperately running a rat race to not die. I think that It's very telling when people can't imagine that others aren't as lazy as themselves. Who is going to do what are you saying if everyone likes to be filthy rich? There would be a limit, obviously. No billionaires, obviously. Like, y'all ask dumb questions. Okay. All of our citizens should have their minimal needs met. That would reduce crime. If all of our citizens had their minimum needs met, basic needs met, that would reduce crime. That would reduce so much harm in so many ways. And yeah, so, I mean, I just don't understand how a billionaire cap is outrageous. They're like, but what if I get $1 billion? Okay, it's because Americans don't see themselves as the proletariat, as the oppressed proletariat. We see ourselves as temporarily embarrassed billionaires. And I don't remember who said that quote, but it was pretty banger. And like, you'll have your needs met. And people with huge mansions, no one will want to be filthy rich, because you cannot maintain a mansion when you do not have people, like literal slaves, working for you for pennies. Like, when you don't have illegal immigrants, like, you know what I mean, like marginalized people to do menial labor for you, you will not just live in that house. So when those people are able to survive off not scrubbing rich people's asses, they will stop scrubbing rich people's asses, and rich people will learn how to scrub their own asses and learn to live a little more realistically and minimally in a way that they can handle. Okay, but you can fathom owning a Rolex, and to me that's even more asinine, because you can't fit a family inside a Rolex. Who can make the rich do that? The government. I don't think it would. People always want more. People get jealous of something someone else has. Okay, but y'all, we don't each get a guitar, even if you don't play guitar. You don't play guitar, it's okay. Everyone gets a guitar. Fuck you, take your communist guitar. Everyone gets a guitar. No, dude. It means we all have access to the things we need to survive. Equal access to the things we need to survive. So it's like, you're all like nitpicking at like, yeah, but what if when I'm rich? But what about those little situations here and there when it's like, oh my God, what I'm worried about is what about the people dying on the street? There's people in my city right now. Is there houseless people in your city? Is there anyone starving to death maybe 15 minutes from you? Because I know I could go out and find some people who are starving. So I think that we should be more concerned with their feelings. No, but I worked for that. Okay, but like, where did you work? You worked for your father's company, and that's awesome. I still believe you put in the work, but someone might not have had that same opportunity. And that's a problem with systemic racism, is that people of color do not get the same opportunities. So they are less privileged because they did not get the same opportunities, because some people are racist, because the system is racist. So if I work and save up, I don't get a Rolex despite me working hard and saving for it. You see, that's exactly what your problem is. You are so fixated on, I worked, don't I get a Rolex? When it's like, you could be like, oh my God, if I was Jeff Bezos, I'd feed the whole world. If you could end world hunger right now, right this second, in your power, you could end world hunger, would you? Jeff Bezos wouldn't. Me, I would. No, the world is not overpopulated. That is a dangerous lie that perpetuates genocide. No, the way we are currently consuming is unsustainable. We throw away so much food. We throw away so much shit. So maybe you should care about people who are starving. Like, all you think about is like yourself and your bling and your fancy shit and being fly, and maybe there's more to life. I don't know. I'm sure, okay, like, yeah, sure, you can pay a jeweler for a fancy watch still under this scary leftist dystopia. Yes, you can still get a fancy watch made for yourself, because there will still be watchmakers, and there will still be skilled technicians, there will be technical people, there will be manual laborers, but hopefully they will also be educated. Here we say, oh, well, everyone doesn't need an education. You don't need an education to be a plumber. But it's like, but what if they had an education? Why don't we want our general population educated? The existence of billionaires is an act of socioeconomic violence. There's not too many people. Rich people just need to fucking stop. And stop saying there's too many people. You are not one of them. You are not one of them. So get in line, class solidarity, or bust now. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. We're not here for genocide. It's that kind of thinking that like, oh yeah, the rich should just like call us like, and it is that kind of thinking that the world's overpopulated as it is. So you're gonna let the poor die from but the poor is disproportionately people of color. The poor is disproportionately disabled people. Fuck them. Like, bro, do you see what's happening? Well, I'm gonna go get a sparkle water so I can calm the fuck down, and you guys work it out. Please, I'd love to see your comments. Also, I do tarot readings for subscribers, so I might come back and do something else. I was trying to play Luigi's Mansion and not get too political, but I just saw like I don't know. I'm sorry. I get turned on real easily to this. Hi friend, thank you for the follow. Oh, Luigi Gamer. I joined because Luigi, but yeah, that's a very good point. One thing that still confuses me to this day is how come all the countries of the world come together and unify the world? How come? Because I don't think that would be ideal. I don't think that we should be under one world government. What? But I mean, putting an end to genocide is super tight. Or why don't they? Because everyone wants the power. Because who's gonna be the one world power? USA! USA! And the other countries are like, no me. So, no, that's not gonna... And I can't believe that some people act like is a hoax. So you mean to tell me that the world all got together and decided on this one thing? Because I have family that lives in other countries. I have friends that live in other countries, and it's like, how are we all in? How is every country just in on the hoax? Oh my god, I'm so sorry for being mean to you. You are so sweet. I'm just spicy because I'm used to people on the internet being so mean. You know, they come in here and they're like, you know, people try to tease you, get your goat, as they say. But yeah, politics can be kind of hard. Maybe ask some questions. Yeah, tell me. Aw, thank you so much. I'm so glad I was able to enlighten you that your dad said universal basic income should be tested. I am glad he was able to explain it in a way that you could understand. I'm sorry I didn't explain it in a way that wasn't spicy.